People, what a struggle to find this place. It is so sad. I think the most important inscription concerning Nebuchadnezzar is lost amongst rubbish. But his story is not lost. It's the most marvelous story of a polytheist who became a monotheist, a converted Christian in the time of Daniel. Now he speaks of his visit to the Levant. This is the Middle East. And the Bible records his visit to Tyre, where he sieged the city for 13 years, destroyed it and went back. So the Bible says he was here. Here's the evidence. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. So, dear viewer, you're looking at some of the greatest evidences. By the way, many of these stones recorded, but as you see, it's lost. But the story of this man will never be lost. I'm so glad we discovered this. We bled. We waded through water to come here, but here we are. Now, Nebuchadnezzar was the son of Nabopolassar, the father. And the father records some of his constructions in Babylon and Borsippa. At the Wadi inscription, Nebuchadnezzar mentions the fact that where his father stopped building, he continued and finished it. And you know, I thought this is a good lesson. Our fathers taught us a few things, but we can improve on it and grow in mentality and kindness and love. The greatest room in the world is the room of improvement. Now, the book of Daniel records the history of Nebuchadnezzar. He defeated Pharaoh Necho at Carchemish in 605. Then he pursued the Egyptians to Hamat, next to the Orontos. And then he came down to Baalbek. And then he came this side. He conquered this entire area. It was occupied by the Assyrians. But this mighty warrior, of whom the Bible speaks, conquered this area. So there are so many evidences of Nebuchadnezzar and his inscriptions that you cannot deny the existence of this great king. So when you read the book of Daniel, where it speaks about Nebuchadnezzar and this great prophet, you see harmony between the Bible and archaeology. And you know, maybe you've got a member in your family that you think hopeless. They'll never make it to the kingdom. But in the story of Nebuchadnezzar, you see how God, in a marvelous way, worked with this great man. By the way, when you read these inscriptions, he speaks of his dedication to his god Nabu and Bel Marduk. He says, I don't bring sick offerings to my gods. I'm generous when it comes to the temple of God. I give my best. You know, when I waded through all these lines, 1,400, I realized that this man was a potential for heaven. And when Daniel, through his association with this mighty king, eventually asked Nebuchadnezzar to look up, that's over a space of 50 years, to look up. Nebuchadnezzar records in his biography in Daniel chapter 4 And he says, when I looked up, my mind returned to me. Patients with mental problems uses the personal pronoun 3 times more than normal people. So this is what happened to Nebuchadnezzar. He became an I, me. And then he became a megalomaniac. He lost his mind. But when he looked up and he saw God in His mercy, his mind returned. My friend, it's not about you. It's about others. Look at the pains of others and yours will disappear. I learned so many lessons from this great king. And I'm looking forward to see Nebuchadnezzar, one of these days when Jesus comes and the graves will open, that this man will be raised. And I'm going to tell him how my friends and I battled to get to this side to just record his message. And I want you to be with Nebuchadnezzar when Jesus comes, and to be with Jesus and the Father, and a land without pain, without thorns, without dirt, as you can see around us. It's going to be a happy place without conflicts, with peace. Everybody will love you and you will love everybody. So the story of Nebuchadnezzar and his inscriptions calls upon you and me to prepare for the better land. God bless you.